doing? I am sick. This is probably going to be a very boring weekly vlog. Aside from work, I'm doing absolutely nothing this week, but hopefully I'll get in some good reading. That'd be nice. Christmas is in a couple days. It's Tuesday, by the way. It's the 23rd right now, I think. I'm so tired. I'm so out of it. I'm basically just doing this intro and then I'm going right to bed. So my current reads right now, I've got Truth Telling by Michelle Goode on the go. I was reading that one last week. I've just been taking my time with it. Just haven't really been in the mood for nonfiction. Hi, buddy. Tony's on the way. Here he is. But yeah, so I'm reading that one right now. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm on page like 190. Hi. But I just haven't had the energy to focus on that one, and that one definitely deserves to have my full attention. So I am waiting a couple days to finish that one to make sure that I'm able to fully focus on it and absorb everything that I was talking about. And then my audiobook right now, I'm currently reading Dead and Breakfast by Rosiee, Thor, and Hillis, and loving this one. It is hilarious. This was a murder mystery about two vampires. They're a cute queer couple and they run a bed and breakfast, and somebody has killed the mayor and planted the body in their garden to try and frame them. So they're trying to clear their name and find the actual killer. It's adorable and hilarious. These two have such good banter. It's campy and fun, and I absolutely love it. It reminds me of the one couple in the Old Guard, the movies. I love those two so much. They're also comics, but I mainly love the movies, and the couple in this book makes me think of those two. Hi, Tony. Tony is being so cute. But yeah, I'm just about done that one. I have about 10 minutes left in the audiobook. So while I'm getting ready for bed, I'm going to be finishing up that one. Other than that, my other plans for this week, I'm going to be reading, I'm at least planning on reading To Be Taught of Fortunate by Becky Chambers. I also have out the audiobook for the newest book in the This Woven Kingdom series by Tahereh Mafi. And then I have an ALC of the newest book in the Wayward Children series that I want to get to. I'm very excited about it. And I have an ALC of Shy Girl by Mia Ballard. I want to try and get through one more book off of my physical shelf before the end of the year, but I'm not sure which one yet, as well as a couple more sequels. So we shall see where the week takes us. But I have big plans that probably won't happen, but I'm gonna do my best. Working in retail, I don't get a lot of time off around the holidays, so I literally only have Christmas Day off, and then otherwise I'm gonna be at work. And working in retail during the holidays is exhausting. Boxing Day is like one of the worst days for retail employees. So it's always busy and chaotic and very draining. So who knows how much reading I'll actually be able to get done, but I will do my best and let you know what I end up picking up. But right now, I'm gonna go to bed, finish that book, and try and get a good sleep for once.
Boxing Day. Actually, I meant to update yesterday on Christmas, but I forgot, so Merry Christmas, belatedly. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas with your loved ones or a nice day to yourself, whatever works for you. I'm still sick, so most of my day was pretty chill. My roommate and I did a pancake breakfast and watched a couple movies, and my friend briefly stopped by for me to give her her gift and her cookies and stuff. Hi, Tony. But aside from that, I spent most of the day napping and reading and playing video games and snacking on various things, and it was lovely. I feel like shit, but it is what it is. I'm slowly on the mend, and I do have a couple of book updates. So the last time we spoke, where did I put it? So the last time we spoke, I was currently reading Truth Telling by Michelle Goode, and I have finished this one. I don't give ratings to nonfiction books because this is like largely about a person's life and the things they've been through, as well as like for this book, it's like legal proceedings and how do you really give that a rating, so I just don't. But this was an excellent read, a very, very important one to read as well. I learned so much from this, and it's definitely one that I'll be recommending to people, especially to any Canadians. Definitely pick this one up. It was phenomenal. I was also reading Dead and Breakfast by Rosiee, Thor, and Hillis, I think were the authors. And actually just before sitting down to film this clip here, I realized that I didn't add that book to either my spreadsheet or my currently reading on Goodreads. I just completely forgot about it, and I read it in like a day, so I forgot that I read it basically. So I haven't actually put it through Compile yet. I have to like adjust my spreadsheet now to fit it in the spot where it actually belongs. I think it'll probably get a 3.5 or a 4-star. This was so much fun. It was a little bit too silly in parts. There were a couple of parts where I think a little bit more of a serious tone would have been called for, but for the most part, I loved how silly this book was. It was so fun. It was campy. I would love to watch a TV show of these two characters. I think that would be hysterical, and I would watch season upon season of that. And the ending of this definitely left room for it to possibly be a series, so fingers crossed that will happen. But yeah, this was great. I had a really fun time with it. It'll probably be 4 stars. That is my guess. It's my feeling. Aside from that, I've got a DNF, unfortunately. I got through about 6% of Our Vicious Descent by Hayley Dennings, and I am not into this one at all. Hi, Tony. This is the sequel to, I forget the first book, but it's a sequel, and I am really not feeling it. If it was just a duology, I think I may have pushed through it, but I think it's going to be a trilogy, and I don't like the characters enough to push through 2 more books of it. The setting is really cool. It's like Harlem Renaissance gangs with vampires. It's very cool, but the characters are not for me, unfortunately. And then what else am I reading? I'm listening to the audiobook for The Merriest Misters by Timothy Janovsky, and having a really fun time with that one. But actually, I forgot to mention it in like any of my weekly vlogs recently, but all throughout December, I've been working on a project vlog where I'm reading a whole bunch of Christmas romance books, all the queer ones that I was talked about in that one video that I posted recently. You'll get like full thoughts on all of the holiday romances in that video very soon. I think that video will actually be up before this weekly vlog is up. If all goes well, I'll be posting it on Saturday this week, so it should be up already by the time that you see this one. But yeah, this book is really fun. It has a very similar plot to the Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movie, which I love. I'm not a huge Tim Allen fan, but I do like that movie quite a bit, and this book basically has the same plot of it, just make it queer, so I'm definitely having a good time with it. It's not as deep or emotional as it could be, but it is still fun. And then yesterday, I ended up reading To Be Taught If Fortunate. I started it the day before, but I read the majority of it yesterday. I loved this so much. This was incredible. I'm giving it a 4.5 stars. This is so my kind of book. It's just sci-fi for the sake of curiosity. There's no big overarching plot to it, really. It was delightful to watch these characters just be full of so much childlike joy as they're discovering new life on planets and finding water and just playing in space dirt. And it was so cute. It was emotional and sweet and touching and heartwarming. This was such a fantastic read. I'm so glad that I finally picked it up at long last. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I also now really want to go and read the rest of the Wayfarers series as well, because they're kind of a similar idea but just much longer. I would have loved for this tiny book to be like at least double the size, but even as is, this was still a perfect little slice of happiness that I can see myself rereading time and time again in the future whenever I just want like a little pick-me-up. But yeah, 4.5 stars for that one. And then I today started reading Every Spiral of Fate, I think it's called, by Tahereh Mafi, the 4th book in the This Woven Kingdom series. Not very far in yet. I'm only about 10% in, I want to say, give or take, and so far I don't really have any thoughts on it. I've kind of lost my drive for this series over the years. I was so completely obsessed with the first 2 books. I read them back to back. I read book 1 in one day and then read book 2 the next day and devoured book 3 like immediately after it was released. But unfortunately book 3 was not as good as books 1 and 2 were. I still read it in the same speed, but like when I finished the book I realized that I didn't actually know what happened in it, and it just felt like nothing really happened in the book. So I've been a little bit less anticipating the 4th book, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get one more series crossed off my ongoing list before the end of the year, because that's been my biggest goal of the year, is to try and keep that series list down, and I'm doing a pretty good job. So fingers crossed that I can get a couple more off before the end of the year. Probably won't happen, but I'll do my best. But yeah, those are the updates right now. I probably have more to talk about, but Tony wants some attention. Oh, before I run away, Christmas presents. My roommate got me this hilarious book. It's called Effin' Birds, a field guide to identification by Aaron Reynolds. And on the cover, it says like, eat farts and you are insufferable. And this is my surprised face. It's so stupid. On the inside, it is hilarious. So you've just got like a whole bunch of funny birds with like crude, inappropriate humor. When will it all fucking end? Aren't you a fancy motherfucker? So many of these stupid things. I do not want to hear your fucking life story. Like, this is so my kind of humor. It's so stupid and I love it. My roommate got me this one and it is so funny. So I'm looking forward to flipping through that. And then I don't know how well you can see it from back here, but this little light thing, I'll take a better video of it later on, but it's a little macrame crescent moon with some pretty lights on it. So I hung it up on my bookshelf. That'll be nice and visible when I do some filming over there. But yeah, it was a great Christmas. Tony got a new little Christmas gnome catnip toy that he loves. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking, go make some dinner, and we'll check back in later on. Oh my god, I need a haircut so bad. It's so unruly right now, but whatever, not important. Hello from Tony, and hello from me as well. It's Sunday, which means I'm here to wrap up the weekly vlog on time. For once, look at me go. Mainly because I'm definitely not going to finish the book that I'm currently reading before the end of the night, so I might as well just wrap up my thoughts while I'm thinking about it. What's happening outside? There's a wicked ice storm going on right now. Everything is frozen solid and just one solid sheet of ice. And there's definitely something happening on the road outside. I don't know what's going on. There are a bunch of sirens. It was precarious getting home from work today. Yeah, so I'm not going to finish the thing that I'm currently reading, so I might as well just wrap things up right now. But I'm currently reading Every Spiral of Fate by Tahereh Mafi. I think I mentioned the other day. I'm now about 40% of the way through and I am eating this book up. I'm having a great time with it. Plot-wise, no idea what's going on. Not gonna lie, the plot is going completely over my head. But the romance, the pining, oh my god, I'm going nuts. I love it. I have been sucked back into this world and I am enjoying every second of it. I love Cyrus so much. Kamran can shut the fuck up. He is so annoying. He's such an asshole. The dragons, excellent. Miss Huda, love her dearly. She's hilarious and ridiculous. Hazan, love him as well. I love this entire cast of characters. They're all so much fun. I love their constant bickering. This is great. I love this. It's fast-paced, it's action-packed. Again, I don't really know what's happening in terms of the plot and like just the general overarching story, but I am so in it to win it for these characters and their messy relationships. This reminds me a lot of how I felt reading The Last Hours by Cassandra Clare. I was so out of the Shadowhunter world. I was really not feeling it anymore, but I wanted to give this series a shot, and I ended up falling in love with it, like falling back in love with the Shadowhunter world. And this Woven Kingdom series is making me feel the same way that I felt reading the last hours, and that is just so much fun. It's very reminiscent of the old school YA chunky fantasy series that I used to love and adore. So I'm having a great time with this book. I'm about 40% of the way through it right now, so definitely not going to finish it tonight. So I'll finish up my thoughts on that in next week's vlog. But that is the majority of my plans for the rest of the night, is to cycle between reading that and watching Heated Rivalry. If you're not watching that show, go do it, but make sure that no one's around. It's very explicit. Yeah, I've been right into Heated Rivalry. I am loving that show right now. It's so good. It's so steamy. Again, the pining in that show is incredible. I love pining so much, and this one is extremely slow burn. Like, not really slow burn for the viewer because like things start happening in the first episode, but for the characters it takes like several years before things actually happen. So I've only watched the first 2 episodes right now, so I really can't wait to see what happens. I've been seeing everybody online freaking out about the newest episode, so I need to get on that. The second half of Stranger Things is also out, so I also need to watch that, and I want to keep reading Every Smile of Fate. So I've got a busy night ahead of me. I kind of want to order dinner, but I don't want to spend the money. And also, if I feel bad making somebody drive in this weather for me just to bring me food, so I'll probably just cook. I just don't want to do that. Oh, and then the other book that I finished reading The Merriest Misters by Timothy Janovsky the other day, and yeah, this was fun. I liked it a lot. I gave it a 3.5 star, I think. Yeah, 3.5 stars. I think the characters were my weakest part for this one, and then the timeline and like the pacing of it felt really off as well. But I loved the setting, I loved the plot, and I loved the character development as well. So all those things were great. 3.5 stars for that one, and you'll hear more thoughts on it when I wrap up the holiday vlog, which I need to finish tonight. So I also add that to my list of things to do tonight. I need to film my outro for that video and then edit that clip and get it all washed back and exported and uploaded. I was supposed to do that yesterday and I just didn't. What did I even do yesterday? I couldn't even tell you what I did yesterday, but something had me busy for the whole night, so who knows. Oh, I know what it was. I was doing measuring and stuff because exciting. I bought a computer. I'm so excited about it. But my laptop, I've been running off of a MacBook Air. I've had it since 2017, I think, and it is dying. It's desperately gasping for its dying breath, and that thing needs to retire. I literally try and do a Google search now, and it starts to overheat. So trying to edit videos on there is very difficult, especially with my new camera, where the file sizes are a lot more intense than my old camera were. So I currently can't use my camera to its fullest abilities because my laptop can't handle it. I think if I even attempted to upload a 4K video onto my laptop, it would probably laugh at me and then catch on fire. So, but I bought a desktop. I know comically little about computers considering I just bought like a really nice gaming PC, but all of my coworkers are huge computer nerds and like they all build their own computers, so they all helped me pick something out, and that should be arriving in the next few days. So I was trying to figure out where to put it. I'm gonna put it right there underneath Hosier. It'll overlap in front of my closet a little bit, but not like a terrible amount, so it'll be fine. But at least that way I don't have to move any bookshelves, because I was trying to figure out how to get it in there without having to move my entire setup. And the rest of my bedroom is pretty full of furniture and things, and I don't want to have to move anything else. So, but it should work to have it right there and just have it be kind of overlapping a little bit. My roommate is giving me a desk that she has and just doesn't need. I'm gonna steal one of my kitchen chairs downstairs. And then my coworker gave me an old keyboard that he doesn't need anymore, and I just have to get a mouse for it. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to get that all set up, and then I can start gaming on my computer as well, because again, my laptop absolutely could not handle any kind of gaming. I have a friend that's a game dev, and she just put out her very first homemade game, so I really want to play that, but I can't right now. Very excited to get that. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stop talking now. It's been like 10 minutes of yapping, so I'm gonna shut up. So thank you as always for coming along. I appreciate ya. I hope you also had a fantastic week, and I will catch you in the next video.